Fat transfer, BBLs, how to lose that big belly that you might have in front of you, that hanging thing that's causing you back pain, insecurities, um, have problems cleaning it, that fat that's causing all that high blood pressure, diabetes, health issues, slowing you down. You're ready to get rid of it. It's time to get rid of it. We got this 15% off special going on right now, where you can get 15% off your procedure, 15% off getting this belly off of you. It's a huge, huge deal for the people who want to take advantage of it. If you're ready to change your life, I'm looking for those individuals who are ready to transform your life and transcend your problems. These are problems that you can change. You know, this big belly, it may cause a lot of issues in your life, but we're here to help you. And there is hope, and you don't need a tummy tuck. 15% off right now. It's liposuction, fat transfer, BBLs. And to take advantage of this, your first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to our website, myshapelipo.com. You're going to fill out the quick quote. This is going to get you your pricing. So it's a quick quote. It's an instant quick quote. So you, like as we're speaking right now, you can go get a quote from our website, myshapelipo.com. You click on the link. Also, if you're on Facebook, up on in the post, there's a link there for the quick quote as well. That's going to get you your pricing. There's also, I put a ton of videos and content there. So any of your frequently asked questions, you can see me answering them. So it's pretty cool little deal you have there. And once you know your pricing, you're confident, you know you've seen what we've done, you know it's possible, and you're ready to move forward. The next step is getting your formal consultation. So that's a formal consultation with me. It's $100. We're going to speak for a half hour, and we're going to evaluate your situation, answer all your questions, and develop a plan. And I can tell you how I plan to make the changes to your body and what exactly I'm recommending. All right. What's up, Jennifer? Jennifer Pagan, Angelica, Alicia, Jean, what's up? All right, so as you guys are jumping on here, if you can, first of all, if you're on Facebook, you hit the share button. Instagram, tag some friends. We got the special going on, so I need a little exposure. If you can help me out with that, I'd appreciate it. Anyone that you know that may be interested in getting rid of this big ass belly that they have, this is my specialty. The fold, you can see how the fold disappears, and there's no tummy tuck, there's no cutting of the skin. This is all liposuction, which is it's pretty incredible what's possible. But I'm here to show you. I'm here to show you what is possible with just liposuction. You'll go to all these other websites, all these other companies, if you're doing your research, and you'll find that none of them look like this. Nobody's getting these results, and you have to start asking yourself, why? Why is nobody else getting these results? Why are all the plastic surgeons telling me that I have to get a tummy tuck? For one, it's what they were taught. Just like how you were programmed, we were all programmed when we were young. These plastic surgeons were programmed when they went to school. They were all taught the same thing, and inevitably they passed that knowledge and information on to the patients. And they were, it's the same story. When you go to the plastic surgeons, they're going to tell you that if we take this big belly off you, with liposuction, you're gonna have all this empty hanging sack of skin, and we should cut it off. That's a tummy tuck. We should cut it off for you. And say they tell you that's your only option. But clearly, it's possible to not get the skin cut off. It's possible to not get the tummy tuck. It's possible to not have general anesthesia. It's possible that this is done while you're awake. That's the thing that's amazing. It's a office-based procedure. You come into the office, you get the fat sucked off, and you go home and you go about your life. It's not that difficult. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's not that difficult. It's not like you're going into the hospital, you're going to stay in the hospital for a long period of time. It's not like that. 85% of our patients are flying in from out of state because we specialize specifically in this. You're not getting these results in Pennsylvania or New York or Texas or any of these other places that are doing liposuction. They're not getting these results, and there's a reason. It's a technique. It's a specialized technique that I developed personally, and it came from doing over 15,000 procedures. That's how we developed this stuff. So when you go to someone else and they say, well, yeah, I've done 100 procedures, 200 procedures, and like, yeah, that's like barely scratching the surface of this procedure. That's beginner style. That's like, that's like you just started this. People that have only done a couple hundred procedures, the results are going to be mediocre. There's no way possible that they could be even close to what we're getting here. It's not even possible. And I'm telling you this from experience that I teach people, I teach doctors, I teach PAs, I teach other practitioners to do this liposuction, and I can tell you that when people start out, they simply have no skill, and it's pretty wild how you can see the differentiation between an expert and people that are just starting out. Many people might think just because you have some degree or you're board certified or you have some certificates that any of those papers make you any good at doing something physical in the real world. The truth is it has nothing, zero, not a single thing to do with. The only thing that the papers are good for is registering with the state and allowing us, so the state says, yeah, that guy can do that. That's what the paper is good for. It's just say, yeah, that guy can do that. He's legal to do that. It means nothing about his quality or how good he is. Nothing. Zero. The only way you get quality with doing liposuction is sheer, it's sweat and tears. It's sweat equity. It's working your ass off. It's doing thousands of procedures. And notice how I didn't say hundreds of procedures. Thousands of procedures. You have to do thousands of these procedures to get these kind of results, because I'll tell you, when I first started out, I didn't get these kind of results. It's developed over time. I figured it out. And how did I figure that out? I figured it out by making a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes. I messed it up. And fortunately, I didn't mess it up to the point where I'm out of business. But I messed things up and I solved them. And I got better. And I've constantly gotten better. For 15 years now, I've been getting better. And now we get these amazing results. And it's consistent. It's like every time we're getting these results. We're getting these bellies, these huge bellies that most people, I mean, even I look at it and I'm like, this is crazy. It's insane what's possible. And people need to know this. You need to know this. You need to hear this, that you don't have to get your skin cut away. You don't have to. If you want to, you can, absolutely. I'm not judging anybody. You don't have to though. And so this is where you can realize of what's possible in your life and stop being scared. Stop being worried and fearing of living your life and having diabetes and hypertension and all these bad things, and perhaps you didn't eat right, perhaps you didn't exercise enough, perhaps you didn't drink enough water in your younger days, perhaps you made some mistakes, but that's okay. I did too, right? And it's those mistakes that make us better. Yeah, hear that again. It's the mistakes that make us better. And so if you didn't make the mistakes that got you to this point, you wouldn't be doing things that are actively trying to be better. It's really interesting how this stuff works. I see this in real life, how when people kind of hit this rock bottom, they get to this point where they are so sick of their life, the way it is, the things that they've been doing. They're tired of living this mediocre life with all these limitations, with insecurities, and low self-esteem. And when you're tired of it, it's like you're at this rock bottom and you're saying, this is it. This is it. I'm not going lower than this, and I'm never coming back here again. And once you make the decision, it's like something clicks and you can start taking action. It allows you to, because in the past you'd be like, yeah, man, I'm overweight, I'm limited, I got low self-esteem, and but I should diet. I really should start going to the gym. And I should start doing something, and I got high blood pressure now. I should. And so what happens is people should all over themselves. And they keep saying I should, but they never actually take action on anything, because it doesn't become a must. When it becomes a must, when you must change, when there's no way you're going back, and it's like that hard line in the sand. That's it, I'm done. I'm ready to change. And when you're ready to change, then you're actually motivated to do. And so liposuction is like this. It's this big catalyst where we can push you so far into the future of your success that it gets exciting, and you get a lot more motivated, because you're like, wow, I didn't believe this was possible. Now I'm here. What else is possible? And when you start asking yourself this question, what else is possible, then you're going to start getting answers. And for you, it's going to be different than everyone else. Because what else is possible for you is, technically anything is possible for anyone. But where are you going to come from and where you go to is totally up to you. The things that you've been doing bad or wrong or whatever, your negative things in the past, this is your opportunity to change. And most of us, we already know, you probably already know the things that you're doing wrong. You're just not changing. And so now is the opportunity. It's something that will push you forward. And so when you schedule this, it's like sometimes it's scary, it's expensive. You're like, how am I going to do this? You just got to jump. It's like you're on a ledge, and if you jump, you spread your wings and fly. But if you don't jump, then you're gonna be stuck in the same situation. You're stuck in the hole, and it's gonna be really hard to get out of. And it's like quicksand, and slowly you're getting lower and lower and lower because you're not changing. If you take action and change, your entire life can change. Your body, your mind, your soul, everything. All right, what's up, Nancy? Live, laugh, love. I like that. How soon after the consultation can the procedure take place? That just depends on our schedule. We're pretty flexible, so I'm sure within the month, I'm sure you can get in. I don't like to be booked out for extended periods of time, so. Okay, Sarah Rivas. I'm so ready for this. I love watching your videos. Well, I'm glad you like it, Sarah. It gives me that, that little push to keep doing what I do. Samantha, do you guys accept care credit or other financing? Yes, we don't accept care credit, but there is another finance company that we deal with. Once you complete the information is on our website. If you go to the finance page, and it's easy. You just apply online with them, and they give you pretty quick response. Okay, Sarah says, I'm from Houston, and how long is the stay? Do we come home the same day? Okay, so Sarah, most of our patients, about 85% of them are flying in from out of state, so we try to make this as easy as possible. That's why we do the virtual consultations. So we do that, over the phone with pictures, make it easy so you don't have to fly out here for the consultation. For the procedure itself, you're gonna come in the day before, get checked in, and you're gonna stay for 2 nights afterwards. And that is so that it's safer to travel after that. The 2 days, it's really the first couple days after the procedure, you're gonna be draining this fluid, and it's kind of messy. So when you have the compression garment on and you're moving around, sometimes this fluid can drip out over the next couple days, and it gets messy. So when you're traveling, it can be a big inconvenience. You're probably not going to like to do it. So we highly recommend that you wait the 2 days. It's really in your best interest. And when you are traveling, there's always going to be the possibility and the potential for forming blood clots. So with any procedure, not just liposuction, with any procedure. So afterwards, we do recommend taking precautions to reduce the risk for blood clots. And that would mean wearing compression stockings. Walking around regularly after the procedure is very beneficial to reduce the risk for blood clots. So simple stuff. Also, to prepare for the procedure, you're going to want to be well hydrated prior to the procedure. Houston, Sarah, I'm sorry to hear about that shooting in Texas. That was a shame. I hope you weren't involved with that. I mean, like kids or anything, it's crazy, this world. Nancy, live, laugh, love. I want to deal with more people like that believe that, think that, live, laugh, love. This life there's no reason to take things seriously. I mean, we all have bad things in our life, but no reason to be disappointed and unhappy and insecure and depressed. I mean, there's no reason to be like that. So I hope I'm trying to be happy. Every day I wake up and I got in this habit. I read these books on trying to be happy, right? So there's one book recommended that just a simple act of smiling, it releases hormones that make you happy. Hey, what's up, Brittany Knowles? Brittany Knowles, so you guys are aware, Brittany's on here now. She's a previous patient of ours. She's rock star, has amazing results, and um, it's fun to hear her story. So if you guys haven't seen her yet, you can go find her on our private Facebook page. She's in the group. There's lots of pictures. You can see her story. It's cool to see this stuff. So if you haven't joined our private Facebook group yet, definitely get on there. You're gonna go to Facebook and you're gonna search for My Shape Lipo Support Group. Hop on there. Many of the pictures that you see behind us were people that shared this stuff, in the group, and then they talk about their story and explain a little bit. What's up, Ashley Brown? Your friend came in today. Thank you for sending her. I appreciate it. And Ashley, you are going to be blown away at how hot your friend is now. Younger individuals, they tend to have, more potential, I guess. I don't know, but the younger individuals, it's incredible what's possible sometimes. They put on this little bit of weight right in the middle here, and they get this kind of boxy shape to them, a little bit of weight in the lower back, and their butt looks flat. And I'm able to do the 360 on them, and it's like, it's unbelievable. There's, when they just have more better qualities, I guess, with the skin tone, the quality of the fat, everything's a little bit different. It just seems to come in nice. Some people just have amazing potential. And Ashley, I'm really looking forward to your friend's results to see how that turns out. She got the 360 with the BBL. Yeah, she did good, Ashley. Well, it's funny. I'm sure she's a fun girl to be around, and she's like me, and that she tells it how it is. So it was cool. We got along well. Brittany, yes, ask away. So Brittany is a previous patient, so she's on the group. She's here, she's on the live as well. If you guys have questions specifically for her, you want to see pictures. I thought, put up that picture of Brittany really quick.
Yes.
There you go. So this is Brittany, and you can see, it's like, this is what I'm talking about. When you're ready to transform your life and go from this like insecure chubby chick to this hot rock star chick, that's what this is all about. And obviously everybody has different potential, but Brittany, she stepped up her game, and we did a good job for her in changing her body, but I mean, she stepped up and she did what's necessary to maintain and get better. And that's the cool thing. This is why I'm trying to speak this into existence. I want to get more people that are sick and tired of this crap, and you're ready to transform your life. When you're ready to become this new person, it's easy. I'm just like it's just I'm just the catalyst. I'm just the person that kind of pushes you over the edge in a good way, right? So it's like you're standing on this ledge and you're upset, you're disappointed, and you're like, this stuff isn't worth it anymore, and I kind of push you over, but you fly. And that's the cool thing is when you get these results, it's like it changes everything in your mind and the way that you do things and the way that you speak to people. Brittany's like motivated to help other people because she's been through it. And I talk about this all the time about, to me, the importance of paying it forward and sharing, what you have with those around you. And, once you have been able to accomplish this, once you've been able to transform your life, once you've been able to achieve, some of these goals that a lot of other people are trying to achieve, you all of a sudden have this knowledge and wisdom. And you see, knowledge is just the information. I'm sharing the knowledge with you, but the wisdom it comes from the experience. When you actually go out and experience this stuff, you take the knowledge that is given to you and then you experience it, then you actually know, and that becomes wisdom. So knowledge plus experience becomes wisdom. And now that you have the wisdom, like Brittany, you can turn around and be like, hey, this is all you have to do. It's not as hard as you think. And that's, sometimes it's just that little bit of someone that knows what they're talking about and sees potential in you. That little bit can push you over to where you can accomplish way more than you think is possible. Way more. So many times when it's like you're in this like insecure, this depressed mode, you don't think anything's possible. You think you're stuck. You think there's nowhere to go. But I'm here to tell you that there's absolutely anything is possible, and we can take people that are so far past the average, so far beyond where they have these big bellies hanging over their muffin tops, and their butts flat because there's so much fullness, and like all these big problems, they can be solved. You're never too far over, never too far. There's always room for improvement. There's always a chance that you can get better, and there's always a big chance that you can get better. Look, our bodies were meant to look like this. They were not meant to be fat. We were not meant to be this way. Our bodies were meant to be lean. We have a look. This is we were meant to be that. It's the bad habits, it's the food, it's the lack of exercise. That stuff compounded over decades has made our entire society, not entire society, but upwards of 60-70% of us are obese. Not just overweight, obese. And that's leading to all the health issues. We're wondering why our healthcare system is going bankrupt, and people are struggling. Like, I hate insurance. I absolutely, with a passion, I hate it. I think it's completely freaking worthless. We spend all this money on our monthly premiums, and then you actually need to use the insurance, and then you have to pay out of pocket. Like, what the hell is that? It's the stupidest thing ever. Our healthcare system is broken. So instead of doing all the bad things to yourself and then thinking that you're gonna fall back on the healthcare system, like that is not a good plan, because our healthcare system is not good. I mean, it's good to help people die. That's pretty much what they do. If you're diabetic, they're just gonna give you a pill. Say, hey, here's a pill. Keep going about your life. You can keep killing yourself. When you're ready to die, come on back. And that's essentially. I mean, I'm being crass, but that's essentially what they do. Yeah, when you get sick again, just come on back. Oh, you need to go in the hospital? Cool. This is where we put people that die. Oh, you got diabetes? No problem. Come on in. High blood pressure? Cool. Heart disease? Yeah, we got room for you. Yeah, we got lots of pills. Pills? Yeah, lots of pills. Like, this is what our healthcare system does, right? And I got educated through this healthcare system, and I saw all the bullshit that they try and push to us. And I'm like, I don't want any part of this stuff. But yet here I am, right? Here I am. I'm stuck in this. Not stuck. I'm able to help people, right? I'm able to help people because I've already seen the problems, and I'm acting as the light. I'm gonna shine so you guys can see all the darkness, all the dark spots out there, all of the ways that you're getting taken advantage of. I'm gonna shine lights on that stuff because I see it. I'm seeing stuff that people don't see. And I hope that if I shine my light bright enough, you can see, and I hope I can save you. Because I can't tell you how many women go to plastic surgeons and they're told they have to get a tummy tuck. There's no other option. Or you have to go get, one of these weight loss surgeries. And they force you into these dangerous procedures when it's not even necessary. It's not necessary. Now, you can believe whatever you believe. And you can, if you think a tummy tuck is right for you, by all means, go do it. If you think that this weight loss surgery, the sleeve, or whatever other thing that they cut your stomach out, if you believe that that's right for you, then you should do it. Because the only way for you to realize that whether it's right or whether it's wrong is to actually do. So if you believe, you should go. If you believe that liposuction is right for you, do it. And if it's not, then do something else. Or, you try it, and if it doesn't, sometimes it doesn't work out for people the way they want it to, or the way they anticipated. And, sometimes that's, very few of my patients, but sometimes it is what it is. So, but if you believe it's possible, if you see someone else that looks kind of like you, you're like, wow, man, that person's my size. I think I can do this too. And maybe it'll make just as big of a difference on me. So it's possible. And that's why we keep showing all these different people, not the regular, like the plastic surgeons, you have to be your ideal weight, right? So not these perfect bodies that they're just making, like polishing effect on it. This is taking bad situations and making them much better. Bad situations and making them much better. Really bad situations, making them way better. I mean, you can't You can't make this stuff up, right? And when people change this much, it changes everything about their life. But when you come into it ready to change, that's when this, I'm telling you, this gets super exciting. When you come into this ready to change and you start initiating change before you get here, and then we suck the fat out, and then stuff like this happens. You know, this young lady went on to lose, you know, like what is that, 70 pounds? You know, we did 360 lipo and got her started, got her all excited about the results and everything, and then she went on to decide that she wanted to change her life completely. So she lost 70 pounds, and look at, I mean, it's incredible. The stretch marks, you can barely even see them on her. You know, they're still there, there's damage to the skin, you can still see it, but you're barely even there. Stomach is flat, she's got an hourglass figure. She's lean, she's healthy. High blood pressure's gone, pre-diabetes gone. And you can do it too. You know, stop seeing these other people like, oh yeah, well it's great for them, but it's not for me. That's BS. You're lying to yourself. If it's possible for someone else, then it's possible for you. You know, we all may have some limitations. We know that, you know, other people maybe they may not have the same limitations as us, but I can tell you what, you are capable of way more, way more than you believe. And I know that personally speaking, only because I have pushed myself far beyond my perceived limits. And I did this physically, I did this mentally, I did this through work. I've pushed my limits in every aspect of my life. And I'm trying to find the limit. I'm trying to find where the limits are. And what I'm realizing is there are no limits. And it's just a matter of how hard do you want to work to get what you want. You know, I've been working hard for 6-7 years now, trying to be healthy, and it's working out amazingly well, and I love it. And you know, I'm happy. I have tons of energy. I'm lean. I'm strong. I have, you know, like all these things are because of the tiny little habits, tiny habits. And I know that if I can do it, I know that you can do it too. I know that you can do it. It's just a question of you making the decision. And when you're ready, this next step here is 15% off. When you're ready to get that stomach, that hourglass figure, maybe you want your BBL. When you're ready to change, 15% off. It's a big discount. This doesn't happen all the time with MyShape Lipo. So many of our previous patients are jumping on board because they're like, this doesn't happen all the time, so I'm going to take advantage of it. If you're interested, if you want this, then take advantage of this and start your life now. Start changing now. Make the decision to change your life and transform everything. And we'll push you over the edge and give you these awesome results. And this is possible. Brittany says, look at the fat me. I never knew I was that big. It's crazy. Yeah. Ashley, I appreciate it. You know, we got, I was just saying how many people have come from the Fresno area, that Central Valley area. We've got so many patients. Another interesting area, a hot spot for MyShape Lipo, we've been getting a lot of patients from Pennsylvania. For some reason, I don't know. But this week alone, we've had 3 patients from Pennsylvania. From New York, we get them a lot from New York. Texas, lots from Texas. Chicago. They come from all over the place. We used to get a ton from Alaska, but that seems to have slowed down for some reason. Lots from Canada as well. Brittany says, I'll never be that other girl again. And that's the thing, is when you make that decision to never, ever be that person again, you have to change. I mean, it's inevitable. You have to. When you decide you don't ever want to be that person again, you're going to change. And then when you start falling back into these bad habits, if your resolve is powerful enough, like you really want to change because you know what the consequences are if you don't change, I call that leverage. So when you start thinking, if I don't change now, what am I going to be like in 5 years? 10 years, 20 years? What kind of consequences are going to fall onto you because of the actions that you're taking now and the actions that you've been taking for the past decade? What kind of consequences? You have to have the foresight to be able to extrapolate what can potentially happen to you if you don't change. Because if you're on a collision course for bad health, it's just a matter of time. All of us are going to die. All of us are going to die of something. But if you're lining yourself up to have problems, you're going to have them at a younger age, and then life sucks. It sucks when you don't feel good. It sucks when you're in pain. It sucks when you have limitations. Life sucks. And you may be able to live decades with all these limitations. And life sucks when you're limited that way. And you will live decades limited. Life sucks. So when you decide that you don't want to have life sucks, when you want to live a good life, when you want to feel good, when you want to feel good about yourself, then it's time to change. And not only change, I'm talking like transformation change, like huge dramatic change. And everything has to change. You have to be committed to this. Committed. And it starts with putting your money where your mouth is. Right? So with this procedure, we're going to save you some money, but you got to put your money where your mouth is. You want to get some big dramatic change, then you got to pay for it. But it's a catalyst. Now once you've paid for it, this is weird how this works, but the money itself, it holds you responsible, because the mindset is like, I paid all this money for this. I don't ever want to have to do it again and pay that money again. I don't ever want to have to do that. I paid all this money. I'm not gonna go backwards. And so that will hold you accountable and push you forward. It's crazy how this works, but it's important that you pay for this, because I can tell you that people that, like contest winners, people, like influencers that we do these procedures for, and at big discounts or for free, they just don't appreciate it. It's weird how that works. But I heard the story this person was saying. So like, let's say you got free tickets to this concert and you really liked it, you want to go, free tickets, and this other person, they paid $250 for the tickets, same thing, they really liked it, but then that night there was a huge storm, and it was like hail and bad stuff, and the person for free says, it's not worth it, I didn't pay for it, so they don't go. Person who paid $250, they're like, hell yeah, I'm going. I don't care if my car gets destroyed or whatever, right? They're going, and they get there. They pay that money, they'll get there. And so it's the same thing with this. When you pay money for these things, it holds you accountable, and it pushes you forward, and kind of, it's like, it makes it inevitable that your change is going to happen. Because once you make the change, the money makes it so you're like, I don't ever want to do that again. That hurt. It's painful. It's painful. I don't want to do that again. So now every time you go make your choices to eat, you're like, you'll remember. And that little memory will be able to push you past the like, oh, well, I really want, I should, any of that stuff. It'll push you past that and get you to like, you know what? I'm a badass. I'm this hot chick. I got this hourglass figure. I look good. I'm not gonna fall back into my old stuff. And once you get that mindset, everything changes. And we got lots and lots of positive examples of this. She's a great example. Okay, Ivy Fernandez. I see most of her. I'm 45 and I'm a little scared. Would still be considered a candidate for any procedure. At 45 and you think you're old. That is such a shame, Ivy. You're like a little kid. 45 years old is not old. It's not most of our patients are in their 30s. She's not in her 30s. Most of the patients that you see are actually in their 40s. Some of them are in their 30s, yeah. I had a patient today that was 19, super young. However, next week we have a patient, she's been to us 4 times now. And I want to say she's 74. And she's had 4 different procedures. And what she does, she breaks them into smaller procedures, and she's over the years, she spreads it out. But she's always done well. always, and she's healthy. So ultimately, this comes down to, are you healthy enough to get this? If you're healthy, then yeah, you're good to go. It doesn't really, age is just a number. But there's people that are 45 and they're totally unhealthy. And then there's people that are 45, like myself, totally healthy. I could do it. I could do anything that a 20-year-old could do. Like physically, I could do anything that a 20-year-old could do. Health-wise, I'm strong. If you're healthy, you're strong, then you're good to go. If you have health issues, just like if a 20-year-old came in and they had health issues, we're gonna do a medical check, a pre-op before, where we get labs and check and make sure that everything's on par for you, and if you're healthy for the procedure. But absolutely, Ivy, don't hold yourself back. Your age, 45 is young. 45 is young. You can start turning back the time by getting this type of procedure. This will allow you to act more like a younger person, because then you'll have more functionality. You'll feel better about yourself. You know, if you're depressed and feeling old, this is an opportunity. Man, this is an opportunity for you to feel better, look better, be younger, feel younger. Will the cannulas leave dimple marks on the skin? And that was from Nancy. Live, laugh, love. Okay. So yeah, it's always possible, but I mean, you can see the results that we get here, and you know, it's always possible to cause irregularities when you do these procedures. You know, people with lesser skills will leave you, you know, with irregularities, and you know, regardless, even you know, when I do it, it's always possible, but I do a really good job of keeping things smooth and even. You know, when you take out too much fat, it's, you know, it's possible to leave irregularities and stuff like that. But it's not common. I try to leave a little smooth layer for everybody, and you can see how that turns out. It looks, you know, fairly natural and normal. So, you know, but again, when you do any of these procedures, there's a risk involved, you know, and you have to be aware that there's a risk. So Miss Maita says, I went to the clinic for a consultation. They told me that I needed to get a tummy tuck, even though I told them I do not want to have a scar ever since I stopped looking for a clinic. Yeah, Miss Maita, this it's the same story, I'm telling you. If you go to a plastic surgeon, you're going to get the same story. Go to our Facebook group and just talk to these girls. I promise you, almost every one of them has had the same story as you. Almost every one of them. When you go to a clinic, they tell you, you have to get a tummy tuck. It's bullshit. I mean, just plain and simple. If you want the tummy tuck, then you'll believe the bullshit. If you don't want a tummy tuck, then you won't believe it. And I'm just here to tell you that you don't have to believe it, because there's another option. That's it. But if, you know, I'm telling you, there's people, it's like, people are crazy. So there's people that believe that, oh my God, I absolutely need a tummy tuck. And so they go do it. And in fact, it's funny, I have some of my friends, my good friends, and like their moms telling me, oh no, I don't need liposuction, I need a tummy tuck. And I'm like, okay, right? I mean, like, what am I gonna do? You know, I'm just here to help people, but if you don't want my help, I'm not gonna help you. And it's that simple. And that's with everything in life. Like, I tried helping people that don't want help, and I'm wasting my time, and it makes me feel like crap. So I'm tired of helping people that don't want help. But if you want this without a tummy tuck, it's freaking phenomenal. It's amazing, and you're gonna love it. But don't believe me, talk to these girls. This is Gilbette. She's on the group as well. It's really incredible. So I'm glad that I found you, Miss Mehta, because it's people just like you that I hope to save. I hope to save the people that were told that they had to have a tummy tuck, because it's just simply not true. Yes, giving hope. That's what I'm here for. I'm doing what I do. Give people hope, changing lives, helping you transform. Yes, I am helping. I am helping you, Donia. This is you know, I know that I'm able to help people because I've seen it, and I've watched these groups. You know, in our group, where we're able to track this stuff, and we're able to see how people have progressed, and people like Brittany, where, you know, I can watch her posts. You know, so I don't have to call her every day. She doesn't have to contact me. I can watch her posts. I can see how, you know, her life has changed. This type of things that she's posting, you know, like periodically I'll go back and I'll look through some of these people, and I'll look at the types of pictures that they posted before they had the procedure, and then the type of pictures that they post afterwards, just out of curiosity, right? We're able to stalk people like that nowadays on Facebook and Instagram. So, I go do a little stalking just to see how people work because I want to see the change, and I know I'm looking not for the physical change because I know what the physical change is. I know that's possible, but I'm looking for the mental change, and you can see mental change based off of the words that people say and the pictures that they take. And it's pretty cool when you see this stuff, when you see people that, first of all, they are less likely to take pictures and show themselves when they don't feel good about themselves. And then afterwards, after the procedure, when they feel confident and they feel good about themselves, they're like all over the place taking pictures and showing themselves out. This is Audra Israel, she had 360 lipo, and she went from this like frumpy, depressed, insecure girl to this like hot chick wearing these onesies, and just like she's always going out, and she's always posting her pictures of her in bikinis, and like living life. That's what this is all about. It's about living life. And so many of us, that we get stuck in these ruts, and we get stuck in this depressive state, these insecurities, and it's like we stop living. You stop doing the things that you want to do, and what's the point? What's the point of being here if you're gonna feel like crap all the time? And I'm not saying like, what's the point? You should kill yourself. No. What's the point in living like that? You can change. That's the key. Is you can change. You can always change. All of us always have the potential to change. And we've been told that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And we have all these sayings that say you can't change. It's total bullshit that we've been told. Like, you're not, Ivy, 45 is not old. You can literally transform your mind, your body, and you can have the body of a 20-year-old. At 45 years old, you can have the body of a 20-year-old. In fact, there's lab studies that you can do now checking your DNA to show they're calling it the biological age. So we age chronologically as well as biologically. So our bodies may age faster or slower than our chronological age. And so you'll see these people, this will be very obvious to you. When you see people like, say, smokers, people that have smoked for a couple decades, you can see they clearly age faster than their chronological age. It's obvious. You can see it, right? Not so obvious to see when somebody is aging slower than their chronological age. Is maybe you may not think about it, right? It may not be obvious to you, but clearly you're going to see people that look great for their age. I see it all the time. And you'll make compliments to them, but you don't realize like they're actually aging slower than their chronological age. That's why they look good. You're not thinking that. You're just thinking they put on makeup, or they did this is what they're wearing, or they lost weight. Or your brain doesn't go to this like that they're actually aging slower. But that is possible, and that's why we can live longer. Not why, but it's one of the reasons. You can actually do things, activities, like the food that we eat, the water that we drink, the movement the exercise that we're doing. All these things can help you to slow down the aging process and actually turn it backwards. Yeah, this is cool stuff. It's real cool. And liposuction is like, this is like the kickstart. It's like literally pushes you. It gets you the results that you want, like not instant, but it gets you quick, a lot quicker than going to the gym. And in fact, I would venture to say that going to the gym, there's no way that you can get the same results. It's not possible. In fact, what you'll see is the people that get these like weight loss surgeries, or they go lose like 100 pounds on their own with diet and exercise, their skin is hanging. It's like it's hanging. That's where you have these empty sacs. And then that's when it's inevitable that you have to go get the skin cut off, because it's not really fat anymore, it's just skin. So you don't really have any other options at that point. You got to get it cut off or not. But most people choose to do that. So I don't like those big surgeries, the weight loss surgeries. I mean, it's good for some people, and it definitely some people really need a big dramatic change in life. So that might be your catalyst. That might be what you need. That's and it is what it is. But everybody has their own path. This is just a different path, and it's an option. and you have to choose. But you don't have to believe just looking at pictures. You can actually communicate with these people that have had the procedure. You can, they're there. They're on our private Facebook group. So take advantage of that. We've set it up for you. See. See, Brittany says you are stuck because you are amazing and we aren't letting you stop. That's funny. Brittany says she has 0 loose skin. Now, as I said before, everybody has their different potential. Brittany, she, you know, it's like it's what you start with will affect what you end with, and people that have better starting points are going to have clearly better ending points. But with that said, it's still possible to get improvement from where you are. So just because you have loose skin, you have a bunch of stretch marks, dimples, just because your belly hangs over, like that doesn't mean that you can't benefit from this. Like we can still give you tremendous benefit. It's just the expectations have to be realistic. If you have a bunch of stretch marks, the damage is already done. It's done, long time ago. So we're not able to, undo the damage to the skin. But what happens though is when you are bigger, if you can imagine the stretch marks are stretched out. When you start to lose weight, they start to shrink up in size, right? So they get smaller and they contract. They get smaller width-wise as well as vertical as well as horizontal. And you may, if you want to zoom in on this, you can see this, or go to the private group, you can see this a little bit better. But you can see how she had a lot of issues with loose skin and stretch marks. And, the important thing is, not looking at the fine detail, but the big picture here. The big picture is her belly doesn't fold over anymore. So it's tightened up substantially to the point where it doesn't fold over anymore. You look at the belly button, you can see the changes in there. She's got this classic, like the frown, the upside down frown from the belly button, and that's changed. But the skin quality is still there, and so it's changed dramatically. But the details, these small details, like the skin tone, the quality, those things, it's gonna leave a little to the liking. Like you may wish that things would have tightened up better. Or you may wish that it was whatever. You may wish these things, but you got to realize this is a huge dramatic change, and be happy for the change. See the positive instead of seeing the negative. So it'd be really easy to look at this and be like, yeah, but it's she's got this a little bit more here, or the skin's a little loose, or she's still got the stretch. It'd be easy to say those things, but you'd be missing the big picture, and you're missing the whole opportunity. The whole opportunity is for you to feel better about yourself, and you are improving, so you should feel better about that. But if you're still stuck on the little details and you're stuck on perfection, then it's like you're choosing to be unhappy. And in fact, that's what most people do. And that's why you have to choose to be happy. And as I was saying previously, like just the action of smiling. So when you practice smiling, you look in the mirror and you smile. So I started this habit. So this is a habit that I personally do. And so far, I've been doing it for about a week now. But every time I wash my hands, I heard someone say once that you're supposed to wash for like 20 seconds or something like that. And so apparently the song Happy Birthday is about 20 seconds. So someone says, sing Happy Birthday while you're washing hands. So I took it one step further, and I want to smile and look at myself in the mirror and smile for 20 seconds, singing Happy Birthday to myself. And it's just a habit. We'll see how it works. But I can tell you, I'm like, I like smiling now. When you smile, when you practice smiling, it's okay to smile, and when you smile, you feel better. It's weird how this stuff works. Like just this morning, I was coming to work, and I was like, and I just got a big smile, and I started laughing, and just the act of laughing, I didn't remember why I was laughing. I just felt good, and this little good this is what we call alchemy, and alchemy. is actually historically alchemy was the belief that you can change gold into, I'm sorry, lead into gold. And so alchemy of our body is the ability to change um, from one situation to another through affecting your chemicals. And so the act of smiling affects your chemicals, the dopamine that makes you feel happy. So we can alchemically change our body with chemicals just by smiling and laughing, and it'll make you feel better. It's crazy how this stuff works. You know, like we've been told all this stuff, like, no, well, like I need this to be happy, I need that to be happy, I need to go on vacation, I need a certain amount of money, I need everything needs to be put into place. And when you have all these rules to be happy, you'll never be happy. It's not even possible. Like statistically speaking, it's impossible to have all those things lined up. It's impossible. Therefore, you're always unhappy. It sucks. Life sucks when you're unhappy. You don't have to do that, but you can choose different. You can choose to be happy. You can choose to focus on the positive stuff. When you're always focused on negative stuff, that's all you see. You're like, oh, I'm fat, I'm out of shape, oh, I'm too old, my job sucks, you know, my husband's mean, my kids are whatever. I mean, like, if you focus on all the negative stuff, then you're going to be depressed. But if you focus on all of the things that are good in your life, everybody's got negative stuff. But there's always positive stuff too. There's always going to be positive stuff. The fact that we were able to get up today, that's amazing, right? The fact that we are breathing is amazing. We have the opportunity one more day to do whatever you want to do. One more day. Tomorrow's not promised. It's not. So be happy that you're here today. No matter what it is, good, bad, ugly, it doesn't matter. You're still here. Zero loose skin. What's up, Stacy? Another rock star of ours. Stacy's been, she's had multiple procedures, different parts of her body, and she's on this path to improvement. And it's really fun to watch Stacy. You know, she's always very, very positive. When I talk about focusing on the positive, Stacy's like an expert at this. She's always saying positive things. She's always posting nice stuff, always pointing out the positive in things. And it's like, you know, being around people like Stacy, it pushes you to be like her. You know, you are influenced dramatically by the 5 closest people that you spend time with. And so when you spend time with people that are positive, they encourage you to be more positive. They encourage you to be like them, whatever that is. So choose the people that you want to be around with and spend more time with those people. Choose the people that are going to lift you up than those that are going to drag you down. Because you know those people that drag you down. And so, too many times it's like your family. Like, oh, come on, you're getting too skinny. You need to have someone. This is like the Mexican girl telling you, you're getting too skinny. You need the whatever, the refried beans and the all the pot, all the stuff that they eat that's fattening. It's family does that to us, right? They tell you, like, you gotta eat more. You gotta do this. You gotta finish everything on your plate. But then they can also be the people that make fun of you, that pull you down, that say, hey, you're getting fat. You gotta change. You gotta do this. And they make you feel bad. So what I'm suggesting with this is that you are the 5 people that you were influenced by, the 5 people closest to you, that if you're being negatively influenced by your family members or your friends for that matter, then you have to recognize. And I'm not saying eliminate people, which you can, and I did, even family, eliminate from your life, because if they're bad, they're really bad, you got to get rid of them. Stay away. But if they're, you care about them and you want to be around them, it's not about elimination, but it's about managing the time. So if you spend all day every day with people that are dragging you down, then try not spending all day every day with them. Limit the time, and you can see how it goes. First start limiting a little bit and see how it goes. If you like it, it's good, then limit even more time. And then but then when you limit the time with bad people, it's about going and recruiting and finding the positive people, the people that are going to lift you up, and spending more time with those people. And maybe it's going to our group, the private Facebook group, where there's a lot of people just like you that are looking to improve and get better. Okay, Stacy says, I just want to say congratulations to the parents that have a child graduating this year. See what I'm talking about? Stacy's always positive. Congrats to the class of 2022. Stacy says, push yourself and believe in yourself one step at a time. Yes. Okay, Sarah asks, what's a 360? So 360 lipo refers to liposuction 360 degrees all the way around the waistline. That's how we create the hourglass figure, shape the butt. So when you take this fat in the lower back area, it helps define the butt, and it gives you that natural arch, that natural sway back that everyone has. We take the fat there because a lot of girls, they fill in the fat there, which makes their, so if you fill in that natural curve and it fills in, and then the butt looks flat. And in fact, some people fill in so much that their butt angles back down that way, which they hate that. So we're able to solve it. It's crazy the problems that we're able to solve with liposuction. So when you have these figure issues, these contour issues, these weird things, we can solve these problems. If it's fat, I can work magic with. That's my clay. That's what I work with. That's what I can mold into all kinds of different shapes and stuff. So, but the shapes, the hourglass figure is already there. You already have this stuff. It's just the fat filled in. So it's like you come to me like a block of clay, boxy. Look at how she came in. She's boxy, and then I just sculpt it out. We create that hourglass figure, and we add a little bit more volume where she wanted it in the butt. And it's like we can change these things. You thought that you were born with this, and that's the way it is, and but that's just not the case. It's not the case. It's not even like this is new. This is not something new. It's not new. It's something that I've been doing for 15, 16 years now, and it's getting better. It's getting easier. It's safer. It's a great procedure. Okay, 3 Royal Pink says, how do I get a consultation? So first of all, just to get pricing through Royal Pink, you can go to our quick quote. So on our website, myshapelipo.com, the quick quote gets you the pricing. And once you got the pricing, and you don't need to talk to anybody for that. You don't need to send in any pictures. It's based off of your BMI. And the way we do this is the BMI tells us kind of like a volume of fat that we would expect to be removing from you. And based off of the volume, we put people into various categories, and the categories allow us to give pricing recommendations as well as safety recommendations. Larger individuals don't have different safety protocol than smaller individuals. So go get that first, and then now when you're serious, the formal consultation is the next step. It's a paid consultation. You're going to send in pictures, and you're going to meet with me directly on the phone. We're going to talk for 30 minutes at least and answer all your questions. So you live in Arizona, that's great. You can do this over the phone, and then from there, the next step is scheduling the procedure. To schedule the procedures, you have to put 25% down. And right now, we have this deal with the 15% off. So obviously, it's a great opportunity at this moment. And the deal is that you have to place the deposit before the end of the month. Now that's coming up soon, so that's next Tuesday. So you have to place the deposit before next Tuesday, and then you have to have the procedure by the next month. So if you haven't had your consultation yet, that's the first thing. You got to get that consultation. Everybody, in order to schedule a procedure, you have to have that formal consultation. So I encourage you to go do the formal consultation, meet with me, and then we can get you moving forward. You gotta get this stuff done in time for the sale ends on Tuesday. So that's just 15% off. You gotta place a deposit before the end of the month. And payment options. So we have a couple of options. There's a finance company. The information is on our website under the finance page. And the finance company, you just simply apply to them. They're based off of credit. And then we also have a payment option through our office where you make monthly payments, and then when you're paying in full, then you can go ahead and move forward with the procedure. That option is not going to get you this 15% off because it would take too long. Okay, Queen Blue Scott says, hey, I was waiting to hear back from you guys. Well, I'm sorry. I have my schedule, so maybe it was a consultation that I missed today. I don't know. It's Queen Blue. Call the office though and check in with them. And if you were
if I was supposed to be calling you, I'm sorry. I'm here right now, so I'm not avoiding you. Okay. Okay. Stacy's answering questions. Appreciate you, Stacy. She's sending pictures too. Stacy's awesome. So, I see Stacy's having a conversation here with somebody, and so the 360 lipo, as I was saying, with larger individuals, our safety protocols dictates that we break up the 360 lipo in 2 separate procedures, and the reason for this is that we're limited by how much fat that we can remove, as well as how much numbing medication we can utilize to remove that fat. So on larger individuals, if we have to remove a substantial amount of fat, then we try to isolate that on the front of the abdomen first, and we get all that out of there, so we can make the big dramatic changes that you see safely. Now, on someone like this, if we took out all that fat on the stomach, then also try to take out everything around the side there, it could put them into a serious health issue. Taking out too much fat, it causes issues to the body. It's almost like a volume of fluid that we're removing, so the body responds almost as if you're a severe dehydration. Now, even removing large volumes of fat, this puts you at risk. So when you're these larger individuals, it's possible that you're going to have some challenges after the procedure because of this. They have it's called what we call a fluid shift. So if you can imagine, we take out all that fat that comes out of your body, and your body will naturally try and fill that space with fluid, and in that fluid that is filling the space with, it comes from your blood. And so when it does that, it dehydrates you, and when it dehydrates you, it can cause issues to your body, cause lightheadedness, dizziness, fainting, nausea, vomiting, and these people, they feel like crap for a few days after the procedure until your body accommodates. Now, fortunately, there's no major complications that we've seen with this. But it's still, we don't want to see major. We don't want to see things get any worse. We want, we push the edge, we push the limits for our patients, but we keep things within a safe region, so we're not going too far. And this is all based on our experience. We're able to do this safely, and our patients do really well. So we're going to end this in just a minute here. A couple quick questions. What's this broke down min? I don't know what you mean there. Okay. Stacy's having her conversations. Michelle Sanchez just had a procedure. I think her procedure was today. She said, my stomach is so flat. Can't believe the difference in one day. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Michelle. So hopefully, Michelle, you're going to go and share your story on the private Facebook group. I'm sure the people would love to hear. Ivy, congratulations. You just scheduled your consultation. Good to hear. What's up, Audra? Yuli says, hear that these pills are good before and after surgery. Is that true? I don't know what you're talking about with pills. Health Fast? Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean, Yuli. But thank you guys so much for coming. Make sure that you're checking out this 15% off. It's ending next Tuesday. So 15% off. If you want to take advantage of it, it's ending next Tuesday. You need to place a deposit by next Tuesday, the end of this month. You got to place a deposit. That's the only way you're going to take advantage of this. Once you place a deposit, the procedure needs to be done next month in June. And we do have limited space. So once that fills up, sale ends. So thank you so much for watching this. Get those quick quotes so you can get the pricing. Sign up for the formal consultation. That's the only way you're going to take advantage of this 15% off. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.